Hi there. Welcome back to the Grade Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time, as has been the case for a while now, we ran into more questions and answers and lots of shocking revelations, which almost seem par for the course now. But at least, well, after talking with Iris, which was kind of sad, we learned about the autopsy report, or finally got to see it for ourselves, and apparently it was written by Susato's dad, which is, well, like I said, it raises quite a few questions. So now, we're finally going to be able, I think it's time to finally get the straight poop from Herlock. So, this autopsy report was actually penned by Professor Mikotoba then. But that makes no sense. It's not possible, surely. Not possible? My dear fellow, pray, take a deep breath, and think again. Yes, you're right. In some ways, it actually makes a great deal of sense. It does? I mean, I guess Professor Mikotoba was a forensic science student. Or, I mean, yeah, he was a student back then when it happened, so... I mean, it's not that crazy, I guess. Though, of course, it raises the question of why Dr. Wilson's signature was the one, you know, actually on the autopsy report. 10 years ago is when Father returned to Japan after his extended study tour in Britain. And, prior to his return, where was Dr. Mikotoba engaged? Ah, of course! He was an assistant in Dr. Wilson's laboratory, learning about forensic science. True. And, as an assistant, he would have aided with the dissection work, making detailed notes, which would be assembled into the full autopsy report. Once the work was complete, the head coroner would check the contents and put his signature on the document. Oh. In other words, the only writing of Dr. Wilson's in the report would be a signature at the end. Well, damn. If the fucking assistants are doing all the work, then what's the point of the head coroner? I see. So Iris got the wrong end of the stick, you mean? She saw that and assumed the whole report had been written by Dr. John H. Wilson. Which is very understandable, of course. What a complicated situation. The details of his report have been updated in the court record. It's signed by Dr. John H. Wilson, who carried out the procedure, though Professor Mikotoba actually penned the report. Now, it still raises the question, if the handwriting is the same as the one who apparently did the notes for Herlock's cases, then... I mean... Well, thinking about it, most of what we know about you, Mr. Sholmes, comes from the published stories of your exploits. Yes, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, written by Iris. And we really have no way of knowing what's fact and what's fiction. Most troubling for you, my dear fellow, I'm sure. Okay, well, you don't have to be snarky about it, God. So what about this supposed partner of yours? Does he really exist or not? Ah, you come straight to the point, I see. And please come straight to the answer. I believe Iris explained it in one of her installments. He was a trusted comrade, and the only person I could truly have called a friend. Did this partner of yours truly make a record of all your cases? Are his notes really stored inside that metal chest? I mean, I assume Iris didn't pull them out of her ass. Absolutely, my dear madam. Absolutely. So, where's your partner now? We rarely meet. You see, he lives on the other side of the world. Gah! See? So... Yeah, and I knew it. I guess that confirms it. But if this autopsy report and the records of all your old cases were penned by the same hand, and if the autopsy report was written, though not signed, by your famous partner, there would be only one logical conclusion. Yeah, you finally finally realized it, didn't you, Ryunosuke? Pray, impress me. Your partner would have to be Yujin Mikotaba. In other words, Mrs. Zato's father. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? You are coming along wonderfully. You have hit upon the method at last. I mean, really, it was just a case of putting two and two together. But, you know, thanks. You finally grasped the art of deduction. You mean to say... Allow me to introduce you. Oh, to my great friend and partner, Mikotama. Howdy. I mean, we've met before, but, you know, not under these circumstances. I thought, wow, is this like a new theme? Kind of snazzy. Huh. Professor Mikotaba! Well, at least he's not dead, I suppose. We can take that as a positive. Does this mean that you're the real Dr. Wilson? No. My dear, I'm still my old self. Yuji Mikotaba, your father. Oh, of course. Yeah, he just fucking pulls off his mask, and he was Dr. Wilson this whole time. This is obviously too much for Susato-san to take in. I mean, yeah, if my dad was the legendary partner of Herlock Sholmes, whose stories I loved, I mean, I guess it would be a lot for me, too. I must say, though, my old friend has attained worldwide celebrity as a great mystery solver is the greatest mystery of all. I still remember the first time we met. Pray, remind me, when was it again, Mikotaba? 16 years ago, Sholmes. Yes, quite. 16 years ago. And 16 years ago? How old are you, Sholmes? I need to remind myself. Let's see. The 16 minus the 10. Gee, so you were like 18 years old when you guys first met? I guess you got started as a great detective at a young age. I just arrived with Japan, from Japan, with Sashiro and Ginshin. I was in search of lodgings close to the hospital, comfortable rooms at a reasonable price. But rents are devilishly high in that particular area. That's right. So I decided I needed someone to share lodgings and the expense, and was fortunate enough to be introduced to Sholmes, who found himself in a similar situation. I was a callow fellow back then, a mere shadow of the great detective you see before you now. Jeez, I wish I could have been there for that. I was working at the hospital's chemical laboratory at the time, indulging my curiosities for little gain. And the situation of our cohabitation led to us pursuing cases together, you see. Hard to believe it was a mere 6 years. We had a great many adventures. But in the last year of Mikoto's stay in Britain, that most infamous of cases presented itself. A case with which you've become rather familiar with yourselves. The Professor killings. After the trial, Shishiro and I were summoned back home. Hardly surprising, given the circumstances. So, there you have it. And, as you know, all the details recorded by my trusted chronicler remain in that metal chest. This is just amazing! Professor Mikoto really is Mr. Sholmes' famous partner. Pretty wild stuff. Eh, Susato? Father? Goodness, my dear. What a cutting look. As your daughter, I'm very proud to learn that you are the great detective's great partner. But nevertheless, there's another mystery that I really must ask you to explain now. And that is, you know very well what it is. The unresolved matter of Iris's father. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about before. I mean, who is Iris's father? I mean, if they're, you know, if their handwritings are one and the same, and Iris was, you know, decided that Dr. Wilson was her father because the matching handwriting, I mean, does that mean that Dr. Mikoto was, you know, getting around in London town with all the lovely ladies? I mean, come on. Ah, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that one. I should have seen this coming, I suppose. Man, who's Iris' dad? Iris told us all the notes about the great detective's adventures that are in that little chest were written by her father. Isn't that correct, Mr. Sholmes? That is indeed what I told young Iris. But if you're Mr. Sholmes' partner, father, and you wrote all those case notes, then Iris' father must be you! Aha! I mean, yeah. Well, you... Look at you, Professor Mikoto, you lady killer, you, dog, you, guy. Upon my word, Mr. Zato, you are coming along wonderfully as well. You, too, have hit upon the method at last. You finally grasped the art of deduction. Okay, to be honest, I think Sato grasped the art quicker than we did. What? What you've always told me, Father, is that my mother died when I was born 16 years ago. And you left me in grandmother's care whilst you embarked on your study tour of Britain. And I've always accepted that. But all this about Iris. Oh, there it is. Sato-san's ice-cold stare. And for once, it's not directed at me. Epic. Yeah, man. Imagine finding out that, you know, not only was your dad Sherlock Holmes' famous partner, but that the author of the books of, you know, that you love so much is also your half-sister. No. Now hold on a minute. It was very complicated. I mean, it's really not what you think. Then perhaps you did. Oh no. She started She's about to flip a fool. Then perhaps you'd like to explain what exactly it is. There it is. Now the eyes go from ice cold to red hot. Just before she... No, really. You've got the wrong end of the stick. Sholmes, say something, man. Maybe Makoto isn't, Susato, well, isn't Iris' dad after all. Well, hopefully, well, I assume Sholmes will explain. That's quite enough, my dear fellow, my fiery fellows. Mr. Sholmes? When did he get all dressed up? Oh, I assumed... Well, I assume that me having him wear the, that outfit kind of messed up whatever was going on there. I guess he was going from, like, casual or, you know, inside wear to outside wear. But we can't see it because he's just wearing that one outfit. Whilst I don't like to interrupt this exciting exploration of the past, Mikoto and I have an urgent matter that requires a short excursion. But it's very late, Mr. Sholmes. Where must you go? Why, my dear madam, is that not obvious? My partner and I must pursue our natural enemies. So, get your coat, Mikoto. The game is afoot. Ooh. Now this is the song I've been waiting to hear. Now, this one, like I said, I haven't heard every song on the soundtrack, but I don't know, this one definitely stood out to me from the ones I did hear, so I was waiting for whenever this might play. Gotta say, it's a fucking jam. Positively a bop, if you might even say. But also, he said the thing. He said the game is afoot. The Herlock Sholmes catchphrase, or one of them anyway. But Sholmes, I really must give Susato a full explanation, I think. Later, my dear fellow. Later. Our carriage awaits downstairs already. You haven't changed one iota, have you? I mean, really? I visited our home after 10 long years. When I open that chest in a fit of nostalgia, I quite inexplicably pass out. And as if that wasn't enough, when I eventually regain consciousness, I plunge straight into all this. Father, please. Go with Mr. Sholmes now. What? I've no doubt that whatever happened, you were acting in everyone's best interest. I trust you. Completely. Oh, well, look at that. I guess cooler heads prevailed, and she didn't flip Dr. Mikoto on his damn head. Susato. And sending the great detective and his great partner off on renewed adventures together. It's more than I could have hoped for in my wildest dreams. Very well, then. We'll speak again later. So, I believe your own work is done for today. I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow. Yes, Naruhodo. Good luck in battle. And in reaching a decision. A decision? About whether to go back to Japan, I suppose. Oh, that the,
So much happened that day that I barely knew what to do with myself.
Sorry, Ryunosuke.
It would only be later that I'd come to realize how amidst the chaos I'd unleashed were all the clues I needed to finally unearth the truth.
Oh. How mysterious.
And that all the turmoil was necessary to give me the resolve to see everything through.
Hey, he said the thing. Resolve. It's the name of the game. What was I say? Is that the end of the case? Or is that the end of the trial? Or whoa. Oh, yep, no, that's the end. Well, hot diggity dog. Well, That's definitely something to leave off on. I'll go ahead and save this bad boy. Oh, well, yep, nope, we're going right into the final episode. The Resolve for Ryunosuke Naruhodo. My. Well, it's going to be kind of a short episode, to be honest. But considering it's, you know, you're not going to have much better points to end off than literally the end of the trial, so... I guess, in the next time we'll begin the final episode of the second game. Boy, kind of came up on us fast, didn't it? But anyway, until then, I'll see you around.